Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Hi, Marion. Hi, Arnett. Hi, Scrubby Sue. Hi, Kamisha or Kamisha. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here with me tonight. Remember, if you are here and you can hear me, but you would like to chat, you will need to log in so that you can enter into the chat room and chat it up with us. Hello, Georgia Mountain Arts. I am in Georgia as well, not quite in the mountains. How cold is it up there? It's pretty cold here. I'm sure that it's even colder there for Georgia, for me, for Georgia. I know. I got you. I got you the first time. Welcome, 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 first timers. I believe Kamisha and Georgia Mountain Arts. That this is your first time here. Georgia Mountain Arts. Art. Do you have a business? Is that why that's your name? Hi, Tanel. Welcome. Hello, hello. Does everybody see me and hear me here? Hi. So excited. You guys gonna create with me? You got some napkins? I really don't have napkins. Not any really pretty napkins. Hi, Angenique. Is it Angenic or Angenique? And I may have asked you that before. Hi, Dana B. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I always just kind of let people come into the room before I change my camera angle and get started. So we start at about 8:05. Okay, so I know Janek, but that Janek, AJ is easier, but the Jenic, is it Janik or Janique? Because you know we can make up our own spellings and pronunciations. Hello, Miss Pam. Hey, Barb. AJ works, but I'm still curious. With a name like TR, TIARE, I love to know how people pronounce their names. My name is unique, so I have sort of a high regard for correct pronunciation when it comes to other people's names. And Janique. Okay, Janique. Got it. And I'll forget. I'll try to remember, but I know I can call you AJ. So for everyone that is new here, basically I get started at about 8:05. I always post a list of supplies and the colors that I will be using the morning of the art party. My blog is www.tiaresmith.com. That's www.tiaresmith.com. trsmith.com, and there on Wednesday you can find again the supplies that I intend to use. I might add something while I'm creating, but I do pull out, you know, a basic supplies before the party, and I always try to pull out a color palette so that at least you are somewhere in the ballpark with me if you're creating with me. And then tomorrow I will post this video as well as the replay, as well as my actual page on my blog. So if you want a close-up look, you can get it on my blog tomorrow. I know nobody knows how to pronounce my name. It's, you know, it's fine. People usually say Tier or Tyre or Tyra or Tiara or Tyree, just all kinds of stuff. And it's TR, just like the initials, like a T and a R. TR. Hey, Roberta. Yeah, that New York business is something else. Buffalo with that 6 feet of snow, that's crazy. I hope that you are all warm and ready to create. It is 8:05, so I'm going to change my camera angle, and I'm going to share my trees with you. So I'll share my trees with you, and then we're going to get started. Hello. You guys can tell me what you think about my trees. I am, for some of you, you know that I am doing a 10 trees challenge. I'm trying to start working in series because series help you to improve, to know what you like, to try something different, on and on and on. Hello, hello, Pam. Okay, so I've done 3. So this is 1 of 10, and this one to me looks like bubblegum drops. They're 11 by 14, so they're kind of big on the screen. So I love it. It looks like bubblegum drops. Here is number 2 of the 10. I've only done 3. Now this one, I really love the leaves. And I like the background colors. And instead of having my funny branches there, I put flourishy branches at the bottom, or roots. But I did not particularly like that. It reminds me of bull horns. So, of course, I started getting tired of the colors, and I did this one. This one happens to be my favorite. This is number 3 of 10. I love the roots. This is sort of like a tree where fall is just beginning. So, I love it. This is my favorite so far. The bubblegum drop tree is my husband's. And I love, love, love the background. So I changed the background colors and technique. And I really like it. So, there. Just thought I'd share my 3 trees with you all right quick. I will share them on Facebook. And I'll share the other 7 once they're done. Alright. But now it's time to party. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Are y'all partying with me? Yeah, 3 is my favorite. Thank you, Julie. Hey, Miss Julie. Alright, so I have to say that tonight I'm supposed to be working with a napkin. And I am. But I have to say that my napkin is rather boring. I don't particularly keep napkins around. So, I don't have any really pretty napkins or anything like that. But, yes, number 1 is very Willy Wonka. It's like bubblegum drops. And I love bubblegum drops. So that's kind of cool to me. But, painting all of those circles was very, very tedious, very long. So I don't think that I'll be doing that. My husband says for me, he wants me to do the bubblegum drops with the cool flourishy roots. but we'll see. I don't know about all that. Alright, so tonight we're going to work with napkins. I just have these kind of plain simple napkins, but I do have an idea in my head. So we'll see what this comes to look like. As usual, I always tell everyone I've got some paint from previous projects that has come through or somehow got it on the page, and you know how I am. It's art journaling. It's all coverable. Mistakes just add character to your page. I don't worry about that kind of thing. I just keep it moving. So I put some gesso on my page. I always suggest that if you're going to be creating with me that you gesso your surface, especially if you have thin pages. It kind of adds a thickness, and as you know, it primes the paper and prepares it for your wet medium. So I have already gessoed, and I am now going to go ahead and get started with the background. You have gotten the color palette. I'm sorry, okay. You have the color palette. My color palette is just slightly off from what was on my blog. I think I used orange, but I really think it's supposed to be a gold. I have gold nearby just in case. But just so you know what colors I'm going to be using, in me particularly, and you do not have to use the same colors that I use. Feel free to change it up. This is your art journal. Do whatever you feel. Embrace your art. It's all beautiful. I am using burnt sienna, sea glass, baby blue, whispering turquoise, and canyon orange. Those are the colors that I will be using. I may also use some mists. I haven't quite decided, but I pulled out my color wash in sailboat blue and glimmer mist in peach delight. Of course, you know I'm at hand's reach to more colors. Okay, so you know me, I really love painting with my fingers. So I'm going to do my background, and I'm going to use these three: whispering turquoise, baby blue, and sea glass. And I'm just going to use my fingers tonight. So I don't think I'm going to be doing much painting, if any, with a paintbrush. And I'm just going to add the paint directly to the paper. Just putting some down. Okay, and then I like to just spritz the page. So you might not be able to tell, but there are three colors there, and I'm going to add some water. And I'm just going to use my fingers and spread it around. I don't know why I'm shaking the water up. It's water. Really, just spread. And it doesn't matter if the colors blend. That's fine. And you see, you can pick up, since it's wet, you can pick up the colors and use them on other parts of your page. See, that is just so quick and so easy. I love using my fingers because I cover my page quickly. I blend the colors super fast. And I just have what I think is a pretty background already. And of course, you know, I always have baby wipes around, but I have water too. So I can easily clean my fingers, clean my face. I have paper towels and baby wipes nearby all the time. Sorry, I think I hit something. Alright, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a little bit of gesso or white paint, and I'm going to add a couple of drops along the bottom. And I'm going to get my brayer. I'm going to mist it with a little bit of water, and I'm just going to take it across the pages. It helps to blend the colors, and it also tones them down a little bit. Yes, very quick. I love that. When I create quickly, it helps with that whole, I'm going to say, gratification, getting the gratification from the creating quickly. So now I'm going to dry a little. My pages in this journal are quite thin. I do use the gesso first, but these are thin, so in between painting, I quite often like to dry just a little bit, which prevents it from getting way too wet. And also, it helps to set the paint, because sometimes I don't want it to blend with whatever I'm doing next. Yeah, and with these colors, I actually kind of wanted to get the effect of sort of a sky or something like that. My napkins, the bottom of my napkins to me look a little bit like leaves, or the flower petals, or, you know, bottom of flowers or some such thing. Pretty wet, but I'm gonna move right along. So I do think that I'm gonna go ahead and use my mists, my hello Shirley, my sprays. I'm going to get my box top. You guys know that I like to spray in a box top, and I'm just gonna mist a little bit across the top of my pages. Just want to add some interest. So I'm going to hold it up because I want it to drip as well. Now I'm using this Adirondack, which I think is a beautiful, beautiful color. Sailboat blue. But I must say, these Adirondack sprays spray all over the place. They have a wide spread, and it's just really kind of messy. So just thought you might want to know that when you're choosing. They're messy. They're vibrant, but messy. Love those colors. Love, love, love. Gonna add some orange to that. And just allowing them to drip down my page. Gonna put those to the side. Gonna do a bit. Oh, I love that. That is so pretty. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Now, when you use your mist, if it feels like there's too much ink and you want to sop up some of that ink, just take a paper towel roll and roll it over it. And that's it. And it picks up the ink. And if you do roll over it more than once, don't go back and forth. Take a clean swipe at it the second time. A little more drying. Really, really, really love this. If you have some really pretty napkins, adding napkins to your art journal pages is a really wonderful idea. There are some beautiful, beautiful napkins out there. I really encourage you to try different things. I didn't have any beautiful napkins, so my napkins are going to be kind of simple, but it doesn't matter. This is the first time I'm going to use them, so let me be honest. I have not done this technique before, so if I flub it up, guess what? You get to see me make a flutter. But you know how I am about art journaling and art and creating. It's all in the beauty and the learning, because when you mess something up, sometimes it turns into one of your best artistic, wonderful mistakes. If you want to call it a mistake. I don't ever think they're mistakes. I just think they're opportunities to learn, to grow, and to make new art. That's all. Ah, nice. Alright, so honestly, I just thought of doing something very simple. And remember, you have to have a single ply. Luckily, these are some old cheapo napkins, so I don't have to separated much. They're already pretty separated. So I think that I'm just going to put them down here. Just like that. I'm going to tear, because I love the look of torn paper. And wow, that almost fits my page perfectly, right? So I'm just going to, maybe I'll try tearing along the bottom gently, because it's pretty close. But I like the torn, I want the torn edge. Yeah, that is actually really pretty. So I'm just going to adhere this. Oh gosh, I'm digging on this. This is pretty. So I have my gel medium. I'm just going to basically add some gel medium here and then press my napkin into the gel medium to adhere it. So if you're working with napkins, you need to peel the layers and make sure you only have one ply, because if you have two, then the top layer is not going to be adhered. If it's flowers, if it's butterflies, whatever it is, you can cut that out and adhere it to your page. Okay, so you can have fun with your napkins. I mean, you can make shapes with the napkins. You can do all kinds of things. I just happen to have this simple napkin, so it's not very much to do. But, if you've got something pretty, please feel free to go ahead and use it. Alright? Just going to take some gel medium across the bottom here. And again, just going to use my fingers. And you just want to press it because napkins are very delicate. So you don't want to, go scrubbing back and forth. You might tear up the napkin. So just gently press it. Now, of course, if you tear it, you know me, no big deal. And you can add some gel medium or matte medium. I'm using gel medium along the top too to make sure it's nice and adhered. And the cool thing is with the thinness of the napkin, you can sort of, you see how it gets sort of more sheer looking? Kind of cool. And I'm just doing the edges to make sure that it stays nice and adhered. See, that piece is not. That's a little wrinkly. But that's pretty. I'm digging on it. Thank you. All right, so I think I'm gonna dry it a little bit. Since we are trying, I try to do these parties. They used to be longer than they are now. It's been my goal lately to be done within an hour. So I hope that that is what will happen today. Because it's 8:27, so I think we're going to make it by 9 o'clock. Oh, that is awesome. I love the way it feels. Just a little wet on this side. Okay, so I must say, I really like the way this looks and feels. So now I'm going to be looking for napkins. I'm going to have to ask people to send me napkins. Because I'm not going to go out and buy napkins. you know, I really, this is awesome. Are you guys creating with me? Have you put some napkin on your paper? It feels really cool. The texture, the look, it's really, really rather cool. Alright, so I have a stamp here. And I thought I would, just to add a bit of interest, I'm going to add some stamping in a couple of places, like here, and probably one more in there somewhere. And then, yeah. I don't want to buy the whole pack though, Pam, even though they're cheap. I just want one. I just want one. I just want one of each. I just want one of each design. Oops, I'm throwing stuff. All right. I hope that, one of my ink pads is really great. One of them isn't. I hope this is the one that's really great. Meaning, I hope it's juicy enough that this is going to be a nice impression. All right, it's nice enough. Alright. I check my messages, Pam. That will work. Messaging me is good. Alright. And I kind of like that. I usually try to do things in odd numbers because from a design standpoint, odd numbers are great. They are more appealing to the eye, but I just like those two. So I'm just going to leave that as 2. Now, I also pulled out a sponge. And what I thought I would do with this sponge, and I might get another little piece of sponge because I kind of want it to be smaller. And this sponge is what I've been using to stamp my tree, so I really like the size of it. But I am going to stamp with my sponge across the top of these to create like flowers. But let me just see if I have another little piece of sponge. Excuse me for a second. And I think I'm going to have to go buy more sponges. I'm finding that I really like sponges. What I'm finding, too, is that I am really enjoying, like, not painting with paint brushes. Like, finding different things to paint with. So, I like sponges. And I think I'm going to go on a sponge shopping spree. That sounds good, Pam. I would love that. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of this sponge off and just hope. Yep, that's small. Yep. And I may use 3 colors because I've got an orange here, I've got a brown here, and I think I would like a gold. Awesome, Pam. Thank you. I got your message. I'll respond to it, but I'm saying thank you now. Alright, so you know I always have these little paper plates or styrofoam plates, and I use them as my palette, and I just keep adding paint on top of them until they just get too messy that I need to move on. So I'm just gonna sponge on my flowers. Yep. And I mean, you can use more than one side of the sponge. You can use the same side of the sponge. You can dab the sponge. There's just whatever. Love that. I want the orange ones to be slightly bigger than the others, so I'm adding a little bit more to it. You know me, I'm always moving. We gotta try to get this done within the hour. I think I broke, I keep saying this, I really think I broke my camera neck or something. Because it looks like it's moving, and I don't know if I'm hitting it or if I just broke the neck and it drops. Alright, so now I'm going to add that burnt sienna that's it. That's it for my little, and I tap my sponge on my baby wipe just because I don't have a chance to go clean it, so I kind of try to get some of the paint out, and I just put that to the side. Adding a little bit of heat because this also, with the sponge, it gives it somewhat of a dimension. So meaning it's a lot of paint. So it's puffy and it's a lot. Now you know I love doodling and adding a little bit of wording or doodling. So I do want to doodle a little bit. I'm going to add some stems down here and maybe do some doodling around the flowers a little bit. And of course I'll probably do a little teeny bit of shading. And I got a really awesome quote. I watched Dr. Oz, which I don't watch all the time, but I did watch it today. And there was an amazing quote on there today that I love. And it was, "Tears water the ground at your feet so that new things can grow there." So I like grow where you stand. So I'm going to change it a little bit. But I love it. I love the quote. It just felt very emotional to me and very true. So I'm going to use that because I just feel like we've got some fun things growing here and it would be appropriate. So again, the quote is, "Tears water the ground at your feet so that new things can grow there." Or grow where you stand. Yes, welcome, welcome, Annabelle. Thank you for joining us. All right. I am looking for my trusty kit of markers. I think I have found it. Pulling out a few of them to use, to play. Alright, do a little doodling. Now I've never written on a napkin, so we'll see how this works. That is doing just fine. I like that. Yes! Cutesy, cute, cute! Alright, so doodling is good. Now I'm going to doodle around the flowers. Just a little scribbly doodles. Just fun and scribbly. I do scribbly doodles because I just want it to be like I was drawing. So nothing fancy, Not trying to keep any, like, oh, keep the form or anything like that. I love that. And now I'm going to add some shading at the bottom. And I probably should grab a different pencil. That will do what I'm asking of it. So I'm grabbing my pastel pencil. Hello, Tommy Joe. Just a little, just a little. I don't want to get too crazy with the shading. And what I'm noticing is I don't actually think the shading is doing very good on the napkin. So that might be something you take note of, because it's not spreading as well. So just a little. So I'm only going to do a tad. And I'm going to add light at the top. So it's, you know, just like if you were in the garden and the sun is shining on the top of the flowers and the bottom is it's a little darker. So I'm using white pastel, and I'm letting it touch the top of my flowers to give them some light. Try not to get too crazy, because some of this is on top of the napkin. And I will also get my white marker or paint pen out. Just adding some light love. Alright, I have some Sharpie markers here. I think I'm going to add some dots. So we're just doodling now. It was so much fun, Tommy Joe. Oh my gosh. It was great. I had a ball. The girls seemed to really have a ball too, so it was good. I'm ready to do another one. I'm sorry that I keep moving. Hope that's not driving you guys nuts. Just gonna add some dots. So at this point, I'm just doodling a little bit here and there around the page. Just want to add some fun and interest around the page. You don't have to have them everywhere. They're I just like dots. Those of you who've been creating with me for a while know that dots are, I like dots. They're usually white, but don't worry. White is coming. That's my favorite thing, is when you could just add some white dots like that. That's awesomeness. And we're gonna do some down here. Alright. Oh, I like it. I like it. And then I'm just painting a little bit of white because I just want to add lightness. Like light. And you see it's not a whole lot, so just lightens it up a little bit. Yeah, dots are cool. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to take these dots up just a little. There. That makes me feel a little happier. Alright, little drying. Alright, so somehow I gotta get this quote on the page. Tears water the ground at your feet so that new things can grow there. So I'm going to write tears water the ground at your feet here, and so that things can grow there on this side. And hope that I have dried enough to make it happen. Actually, you know what I can do? I was going to use my Copic, but that is just too fat to me. Let me see. I have another one that is a brush, but is not as thick, and so it may work. Yeah. And I like to write in cursive. The flowers, Tommy Joe, this is my napkin down here, and my napkin had this cute little pattern on it that looked like leaves to me. Then the top of my flowers are actually a sponge. I use the sponge, and I should probably add some. Yes, a little touch of black in the center like poppies. So I just used the sponge and sponged it on. And then of course I drew in some stems and doodlies around the flowers. Alright, so let me go ahead. I like my handwriting, so I'm just going to write. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to handwrite. Tears water the ground at your feet, so that can grow there. I don't remember who said this. So I cannot give credit. I know that he was doing a happiness series, and the guy that gave the quote actually said who said this, but I missed that part. I didn't hear him, so. But I did catch the quote, and I am using it because I just thought, oh my gosh, what an awesome quote, and how true it is. Because when I just think about how healing crying is and how relieved and wonderful you feel, even on those things that you need to cry again and again about, every time you cry, you release your emotion, and in the end, you typically feel better, even if it's just for a moment. Getting that cry out was good. And in the end, when the tears finally do stop from whatever it is, you have grown. You have become stronger. You have learned. You have mourned. You have loved. Whatever the situation is, you come out in a new place. Once you allow yourself to cry, and cry as often as much as needed, you come out having grown. It's awesome. I love it. Just jazzing up my letters a bit so that they can stand out just a teeny bit. All right, next Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Is everybody going to be busy? Should we be having a art party next Wednesday? I don't want to be here all by myself. That's a heart. I put a heart at the end. Signing my name. 8:55. I think I'm done. What do you guys think? That's not the one. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm just adding some very small last touches. Putting a little heart in the center of these. That one's not working too well. It's on top of the napkin. My little squiggles. You guys know I love my little scribbly lines. And now I feel like it's finished. Whoa! I don't think I'm cooking anything at all. I think I'm just crashing parties. I'm crashing dinners in different places. All right, I think that we're all done. I love it. Yeah, I love that. I thought that was cute, a cute idea. I love it. I think this turned out to be quite a cute page for someone who didn't have any cute napkins. That's all I had. This is all that I have. So that was fun. I hope you guys liked it. I hope that you had a good night. I hope that you will come again next Wednesday. And do this with me again. Again, I will have this up on my blog tomorrow at www.tiaresmith.com. That's trsmith.com. So this will be there along with the replay. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a chance to create. And if you didn't create, maybe you were inspired and can use some ideas or use the poem that I shared. Just have fun. Just put something in your journal. Just play. Just create. Just make art. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Muchas, muchas, ladies. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night. Great party, great time, great guests. Thank you. Have a good night. Great. All right. Signing off. No questions, right? If there are no questions, then I'm out. Good night. Love you. Thank you. Have a good one. See you all on Facebook. Good night.